Hello, this is Alec Kerr, the film critic for the Conway Daily Sun, and this week I want to talk about musicals, Broadway musicals, off-Broadway musicals, based on movies. And this is a trend that has gotten way out of hand. And I guess the root of this would really be all the Disney musical adaptations of their own animated films. The first was The Lion King. It was a huge success. And then a bunch of other ones followed suit. Beauty and the Beast, Little Mermaid, Mary Poppins, most recently Newsies, and that was understandable. Those were musicals, so making the transition to Broadway wasn't a huge leap. But the trend started to explode when there was the success of Hairspray and The Producers. Both of those films had a little bit of a basis in music, but new original scores had to be written for those to make it to the stage. And both were monumentally successful, and in fact inspired movies based on the musicals. So you had a movie that inspired a musical that inspired a movie. Wrap your mind around that one. But that got people thinking, like, okay, those were successful. What other movies can we go dig out and turn into musicals? And the reason this keeps happening is because Broadway is trying to get people to come see shows. It's kind of a struggle now, what with the economy and tickets being $100 to $300, generally speaking. Sometimes if you get discount tickets, you can get $75, maybe $50. But no matter what, tickets are expensive. And so people are kind of unwilling to go see an original musical because they see it as a gamble. So going for name recognition, these Broadway producers are just trying to grab for any sort of film to make into a musical. And it has gotten really absurd. Like, some of them have been decent, some of them are outlandish, and you're like, what were people thinking? I'm just going to go through, and this is a real list. Some of them you might have heard have been made into musicals, some of them you're going to be scratching your head. But this is a real list of musicals that have been made from movies. I'm just going to go through. Here we go. Alphabetical order. Billy Elliot, Catch Me If You Can, Dirty, Rotten Scoundrels, Flashdance, Monty, Footloose, Ghost, High Fidelity, Kinky Boots, Legally Blonde, Matilda, 9 to 5, Once, Shrek, Sister Act, Spamalot, Spider-Man, Toxic Avenger, The Wedding Singer, and Young Frankenstein. The reason I'm doing this video now is because I was doing some research, because I'm thinking about going to New York with my girlfriend in the next year, and so I wanted to see what shows were coming out. And looking ahead in the next year, there are 4 new musicals based on movies coming out, including Big Fish, the Tim Burton film, which was in turn based on a book, is being turned into a musical. So I guess, sure, why not? I guess. Bullets Over Broadway, a Woody Allen film that is one of his better films, and I'm actually kind of excited about that one because they're not going to make an original score for that one. It's going to be pre-existing songs from the 1920s, and so that one might actually work. I'm not going to lie, I am kind of excited about that one because I am a huge Woody Allen fan. Diner, the Barry Levinson film, is getting an adaptation with music by Sheryl Crow. Okay, and then here's the real head scratcher. Honeymoon in Vegas, Nicolas Cage film from the 90s with Sarah Jessica Parker. Yeah, that seems like a musical to me. Sure, why not? You do that. You do that. Because, and here's the thing, like, I know they're trying to go for name recognition. I mean, that was a popular film, but how many people are just like, you know what I really need to see right now? Honeymoon in Vegas, the musical. That's on the top of my to-do list. I want to go to New York and see Honeymoon in Vegas, the musical. Really? Really? And don't get me wrong, I'm not against this entirely. Like, Once is actually a musical I would really love to see, because that lends itself almost perfectly for an adaptation to the stage, because it's about musicians who meet and explore music together. And it's a really sweet story, and it would be great. It would be great on stage, and I want to see that. Newsies, want to see that as well. So it's not that I'm against this, but it's within reason. So anyway, come back next week for another Real Thoughts,